Hello and welcome to Holiday Cruises and Tours. If you are listening to this recording, then I would assume you're a bride or groom who is setting up their honeymoon registry, making changes to the registry. And that's what we're going to look at today is how to make changes and how to set up a registry to begin with. You would go to funseas.com, this address right here, and you'll see a page that looks like this. Come over here to honeymoons and down to honeymoon registries. When you click on that, a new window will open that shows the various people, brides and grooms, that have registries set up with Holiday Cruises and Tours. Just go to yours and click on our registry. Now, for training purposes today, we'll look at the sample registry, which is Mary Koppel and John Quick. So when I click on our registry, a window opens, takes them directly into the registry. Now, when you first come on here, you will see it in the form that guests would see it to purchase items for your honeymoon. So, for instance, here on this particular one, here's flowers and fruit in a room. It's $50. All one of your guests needs to do is go over here to the shopping cart, click on the shopping cart, and just like many other sites, they're purchasing this for you. Now, for your purposes, what you will want to do is log in to make changes. Up here you find a login. So click on that. Go ahead and put your login in there. And jquick@funseas.com is ours. And the password that your wedding specialist, your honeymoon specialist here at Holiday Cruises and Tours gave you, and then just click on the login. Now, if you forgot your email address that they would use to set up the registry or your password, simply call your honeymoon specialist here at Holiday Cruises and Tours, and they can give that to you. Now the page comes up in a form that is for you to use to look at various things. One of the very important things, of course, is during the course of your registry, you can come here, for instance, to review gifts. And when you click on this, they give you a listing of who all has purchased gifts in your registry. But today what we want to do is go over here and look at editing my registry, or if you're hosting your wedding page on here, you can click here to host a wedding page. Functions are similar. We'll go into my registry. And a couple of things that I want to point out here that you may want to change. Now, you will have a registry that's already set up by your honeymoon specialist at Holiday Cruises and Tours, and it's a we'll say a template of a registry. So they've selected where you're going, for instance, and so on. So it's a starting point for you to go in there and tweak the registry to what you would like it to be. First thing I'll point out here is in this block that's for your guests, you can change the registry title. The default that comes up there is where you are going to, but if you want to change that to some other title, simply click on this, and you'll see it changes into a form where you can type in whatever you want here, so you can give it a unique name for yourselves. When you have that in there, simply click OK, and it changes it to that. Also, the message to the guests. Down here, we put in a default message, and you're welcome to use that and leave it just like that. But if you want to change it, just go down there, click on it. You'll see that change to a form where you can change anything in here that you want to, completely retype it, make it personalized to you, whatever you want to do. This is the first thing that guests see when they go into your honeymoon registry. It's kind of a welcome little message to your guests. So change that to whatever you want if you'd like, or you're more than welcome to leave it the way it is, and simply click OK. Now we'll get down to the section of the registry that is the most interesting. So scrolling down on the page, you'll see that it comes to the area where all the various items are put in. And you can delete these, add new ones, change them, whatever you want to do. First of all, you'll notice that they are in categories. For instance, here's the accommodation category with some items below it, and then what we call wings and wheels and items below that, and so on. You can change these categories. For instance, if you don't like the name wings and wheels, just go on to it, click on it, and again, it changes it so that you can type in whatever you want, hit OK, and it will change to whatever you typed in there. Okay? You can also add complete categories. Up here at the top, you'll notice over to the left, there's a little button that says Add a New Category. Simply click on that, and you can add a complete new category and then put items below it in the category, whatever you want. Okay? Now, looking at the items then within the category. So here's accommodations, and here we have a couple items in there. Any of these items can be easily changed. So for instance, if I go down here and I'm looking at this one-day Jeep rental, but I want to change the way that reads. Maybe it's one-day Jeep rental in Cancun. Just click on it, okay, and again you can change or add whatever you want to. So I'll add in Cancun, okay, and say okay, and you'll see here it saves it and it comes up with the new description, one-day Jeep rental in Cancun. Now maybe you want to go into more detail on that. You want to give the guest, okay, if they're buying you the one-day Jeep rental in Cancun, you want to describe more what your intentions are, what you plan on doing, just liven it up a little bit more. You want to go into a longer description. You'll see right below it here, add the description. And in here, you can type whatever you want, and I'm just typing, of course, gobbledygook. I'm talking and typing at the same time. But you can describe where you plan on going. We're going to take it to a romantic beach, and we're going to do some snorkeling, and we want to do this or that. Whatever you think would be of interest to your guests on there, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to, of course, add a description to any of these items that you don't want to. And just hit save when you're done, and it saves them. Now you'll also notice that there is a photo to the left here. You can remove these photos simply by clicking on the remove button and not have any photo at all. You can change these also by clicking on it, and it opens up a whole catalog of images that you can use this next button down here and scroll through all the images. Or you can search. If I just type in, I have no idea what this will bring up, but if I type in Jeep and hit search, okay, well, there's one other Jeep photo. I say, oh, I like that one better than the one that's in there. I would just click on it, and when it opens up, you get a nice big picture of it. Then you can go down here, and you can say attach to the one-day Jeep rental. And when I click on that, you'll see that the picture has changed to that. These other items, of course, you can change also, in that you can click on the amount. $65 isn't the right amount. It's actually $55. So we click on that and simply type in our $55 and hit OK, and we've just changed it. Now, actually, it's $55 for a different number of people. So this is how many people at $55. So the way it is right now, it would be a Jeep rental costs $110, but you didn't want to put in the full $110. You want to break it up. So you need 2 people to each pay $55 to get that Jeep rental in Cancun, for instance. So again, you can change how many you need, how many are required at this rate by simply clicking on it, changing the number, hitting OK again. Okay? The other thing that you can do is change the order of these things. So if I wanted the Jeep rental to be up above the Harley rental for the day, for instance, I can come over here to the right, and here you'll see an up and down arrow. So if I simply click on this up, it moves it one slot up the ratings, and now the Jeep rental is up here and the Harley down here. If I want to move it on up one more, I just click it again, and it moves it on up. Same way you can move it down in the order if you want to. Last thing here is that you say, I don't want that at all, okay? This test item down here, I just don't want that in there at all. Here's a trash can over to the right. So you can click on that. It says, are you sure? I say yes. And it completely removes the item from the listing completely. Now, I didn't mention it before, but you can also change the order of these categories the same way. So if I want wings and wheels to be my first category and accommodations my second category on my listing, I can simply come to wings and wheels over here to this up arrow, click on it, and now we'll switch the order. It will have wings and wheels first, and then the accommodations second in the listing. So this is how you can change any of the items. Now, getting ideas for the items and so on, definitely, talk to your honeymoon specialist here at Holiday Cruises and Tours. They'll be able to help you with that. Or if you're having trouble with updating your registry here to the items that you want, for sure, be sure to give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you. So again, I hope this is helpful for you. And with that, we will say goodbye.